Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Mambo-ish, reporting live behind the veil to Family Secrets. Part 2 of the video I didn't get to finish this morning only because I didn't have enough juice. So we're going to complete.
I told you that there is a tried and true method.
We're going to complete that video today so we can close the chapter on that. I hope everyone's doing well. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this video, but we're just going to go with the flow with things. I'm also going to try to accustom myself, blissed and fire to all who's coming in the room. Feel free to come and go as you please. We're going to get into Family Secrets, Part 2, and how family secrets play a major role in your ascension, a major role in who and what you love, a major role in the decisions you make and how you react to people and move with people. And once you realize that these lessons of family is set up for your gain, which is the chaotic lesson I want to put across through this whole video, then you're able to go from slave mentality to God body, God mind. I don't like this vibration. I'm not feeling it. That's better. That's better. I like that one better. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You are within the realm of Zaza Mambo-ish, behind the veil, chatting after dark. Thanks for coming through. Yes, Wayne, not nice. Lessons, not necessarily of family, but how our family can actually be the catalyst to our greatness. Perfect example, my Karmic family has always been afraid of me. Hi, you guys. For all who don't know and who's new to my cipher, I'm Zaza Mambo-ish, and I am a true cosmic bloodline witch. And I have a saying, I guess you can say, I do read tarot at $200 a pop, but I live tarot more than I read tarot, because there's a part of the ascension where you get to where you realize that helping others is not why your magic comes to you. Helping others and charging them a fee, which what I've done all of that to my TikToker, teeny bopper, conscious community. I'm not hating or throwing shade. I'm just saying there's going to be a point in your evolution that you realize focusing on your clients and their happiness is not going to give you the desires that you want in your life. You have to somehow, some way, at one section in your life or another, realize that your sanity, your growth, your enlightenment is what's more important than your client, than your mother, and yes, baby, your kids. Yes, your kids. Blissed and fire to all who's coming into the room, whether you stay or whether you go. Thank you for taking the moment to come through my room. This is a peace and sacred place where we share chaotic information from the underground through the third eye to light up your sleepy zombie ass. Feel free to send your questions through if you'd like a question to be answered that is regarding the lecture today. I do have the capability of speaking to anybody who has more than 3,000 followers. So let's get into it. You guys, If you didn't catch the first Family Secrets video, it is now uploaded. Well, actually, it's in the process of being uploaded. And let me not lie. It's in the process of being uploaded to my YouTube channel at Soul Healer Therapist, So if you want to get the gems from the first video, by tomorrow, it will be uploaded and ready for you to watch. Now, I want to pick up where we left off from this morning. I fell in love with an energy that was an exact reflection of my mother. Sounds kind of sick, huh? But it is what it is. But I didn't realize that that individual was like my mom until we broke up. And then I started reflecting, because that's what I do when I break up with someone. I reflect. I think about the things I did right. I think about the things I did wrong. And then I try within my mind to rationalize it and then higher self quantify it. That's two different mind patterns. I rationalize it through my human thought, but then I take it a step further and I quantify it with what a lot of you humans call higher self. And I realized that that individual was like my mother front and back. Didn't show emotion. Didn't cry in front of people. Really not into affection. Really not into talking. I remember there was a part in my evolution. There's going to be a part in your ascension, you guys. Again, I'm Zaza Mambo-ish, reporting live behind the veil. I am the owner of Zemyaza Healing Core, an off-grid retreat, and also I guess you would call it a dark arts temple and non-denominational religious sanctuary, where we teach that demonic energy is not necessarily something negative, but it is a part of each individual person that we must learn how to balance so we can get into our God bodies and our God minds. And I noticed with my mother that there was a part in my ascension where I had a desire to learn about my history. My mother's life, my father's life, how my aunties and uncles lived their life. It was so strong for me before I left to my next journey, because there will be a part of your journey where you walk away from your family or run, like I did. I ran. That you run. Yeah, seriously, I ran, and I practiced sacred rituals. Like when I moved from New York to Hawaii, I didn't tell none of my family. Because Spirit told me, don't you dare tell none of your family you are moving to Hawaii, because they will stop you. And that was hard for me because I'm an honest person. I'm very open. And to be honest with you, I'm honest to a default. So understand that this journey, this empath journey, this higher learning journey, this rapture, this ascension is going to have you doing things that is going to reflect to the people around you as if you're crazy. That's going to have a lot of your cipher questioning who you are and what the fuck you're becoming, to the point where they'll talk bad about you in front of your back and behind. I'm in front of you and behind your back, to the point where they will perform negative habits and ritualistic behavior to try to stop you from moving on and from changing. So please understand, this ascension is not being a cool thing. It's only a cool thing when you're charging people with your ABC magic and telling them what most of the collective is going through. This whole society is going through the same shit, but just on different levels. And once you realize that, you realize you're not alone. You realize you're not the only self-made motherfucker on this planet. There's thousands of them. What makes you who you are is how you live, how you grow. And once you understand that, then you're able to get into your God body, your God spirit, and your God mind. Now, a lot of people allow their family secrets to fuck them up, to keep them in a box, to put them in a situation where they continue the generational curses, whether it be drinking, smoking, doing drugs, lying, cheating, staying in unhappy marriages just for the kids, living a mundane life with no excitement, with no passion. No, thank you. I'm good on that. Understand that this collective that I share my information with is a very small collective. And it's a warrior collective because we utilize not only the love and light side of magic, but we utilize the chaotic shadow work of our magic. And what we do is we allow ourselves to smile even after the pain. Forgive me, you guys, for the lighting situation, but I am a business owner and also a healer going through transmutation. And at the moment, I really don't have a home right now. I live in my car, bitches. Don't judge me. I live in my car. Don't judge me. So right now, I am not capable to have the tools that I usually have when I'm in a home or in an apartment to facilitate a better viewing experience. So please forgive me. Also keep in mind, this is a sacred space. So come into my space with love and gratitude. And know that if you come left to me, trust and believe from your right, something will be coming for you. And understand that I only do not deal with angels. I deal with demons too. So be very careful about how you interact with me, because we sensitive about our shit. Ding! Look up the etymology of family. Let's start with the proper term relative. Wayne, not wavy, not nice. Why don't you come on live with us, and why don't you give us the etymology of family? And then when it comes to the proper term relative, the term that I give it is the proper term. Sadly enough, Wayne, not nice. You're stuck in the human ideologies of thinking that I have to believe and have the definitions of what others people believe. And that technically, Wayne, not nice, would make you a slave. And in this realm, baby, we not slaves. We warriors, we killers, we gods. And we make up our own living, breathing, and reasoning. And if my uploads and downloads are not resonating with you, wavy, not nice, you can wave your ass to the next video. So if you're ready to go live, feel free, knock on my door, but know, when you come in, you're coming into my house. Moving forward. Again, you guys, thank you so much for coming through. Feel free to go and come as you please, because I really don't know how to. I'm still learning about this TikTok thing because I'm new. Do I channel the dead? Yes, I do, but at the moment, my business is closed during the expansion of my compound, so I don't offer meta services of reading or channeling unless spirit gives me a message or my dark angels give me a message to share. I don't particularly tune into one particular person. I love Shaitan too, my love, and Shaitan loves me. What I feel the problem with demons or the representation of demons, you have to understand, here at Zemyaza Healing Core, we believe that what we've been taught in this human world has been nothing but lies. What they say is up is actually down. What they say is down is actually up. What they say is not good for you is actually the exact things that will ignite your mind, body, and soul into godhood. Okay? So understand that during this ascension, you are going to go through a process of realizing that a lot of the things you were taught have been lies, falsalities, and untruths. So keep that in mind as you move forward on your walk, okay? Again, feel free to put your questions in the comment box so then I will be able to read them should there be a question in. I'll say it again, put your questions in the comment box if you do have a question. No question, thank you, my love, Shirley Belly. You guys, I'm not here to get gifts. I'm not one of those TikToker teeny boppers where I'm looking for a gift. So anyone who sends me gifts, I love it. Thank you so much. We also have a Cash App, Zemyaza Healing Core. But our main thing is to give the information because, to be honest with you guys, because I'm a bloodline, just in case the people who don't know, I've always been drawn to magic. I've always been drawn to demonics. I've always been drawn to the cosmic realm. And in the beginning of my life, I was so scared. And to be honest with you, through my whole journey of learning who we are and what we've become and what we will transmute into ancestryhood, because that's my goal. I don't know anybody else's goal, but my goal is to become an ancestor because my ancestors have told me there's a room for more. So I'm working hard to get there. And what I realized during my whole journey was there wasn't enough people talking about what they've been through and how they've been through it and how to deal with spirit and things of that nature. I see your question, Lawrence Mosley, and I will answer it in one moment. Do you channel the dead? Oh, I told you that answer. I do. I thought you asked me how you channel the dead. And because there wasn't enough teachers out there, to be honest with you, I'm taking my X-Man stance. And I don't care if there's only one person in my room. I am assisting that one person to get to their higher state of being, no matter what. Because through my journey, there wasn't a lot of teachers. I had a couple that were really cool, but to me, there wasn't enough other people like me sharing the information. Because to be honest with you, I'm a weirdo, and I'm okay with it. To be honest with you, I consider myself radio. That's basically special, and I'm okay with it. And I've learned that I don't want to be human. I don't like human society. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like how ego changes an individual who has a soul into something nasty, into something unbalanced and demonic. Because a true enlightened Illuminati demonic is balanced and powerful and strong. And through the darkness, you see the ultraviolet light of that entity, of that power, of that light. So please understand, our definitions of things is not like other people. I answered that question. Like I said, I run my own business, and I'm also a mother, and I'm also I guess you would call a real estate wholesaler, but that's a new journey in my life that I'm just starting off at, so I'm still building because I lost a major grant for my compound build, and so I'm back to one, and because of that, I had to find other ways to accumulate the cash on a $100,000 project. That's what my compound cost, $100,000 to be created and made. And I lost the grant. So right now I'm looking at the new aspect of building the money I need for my build project through real estate wholesaling. But to be honest with you, I'm an elitist. I don't got to do nothing because I'm one of those witches. I can be home and money comes to me. So I don't have what they call a job job. I pulled out of that long time ago. Because if you're really in your journey that hard, you'll stop working for other people, and then you'll realize nobody's going to appreciate you. I don't care how good you do your job. more so than you. So I pulled out of the workforce long time ago. I'm a royal. I don't gotta do shit. I get paid daily. So I'm good. I'm actually great. What do you do, Lawrence Mosley? You have a job, a career, a business? Let us know in the comments. All right, family secrets. There was a point in my ascension. Yes, baby, I am on cue. I know where the fuck I left off at. Don't think I didn't know where I left off at, boys and girls. It was a part in my journey where I started asking a lot of questions to my family because Spirit kept on telling me, we need to know about our history. We need to know about our family. So I took a journey on asking my mom a lot of questions about when she was young, when she had me, you know, what she was going through. And she didn't want to talk about it. On some old realness, my mom never wanted to share information about her childhood. I even went as far as taking trips to my cousins and my uncles and my aunts and talking to them. And I got some information from them, asking them about when they were young, before they left Haiti and came to the United States. Asked them about, you know, the family members and the uncles that I never met because they died. You know, because when you learn about your history, it allows you to paint a picture on why a lot of your family's generational curses are being played over and over and over again. And then you realize, oh, my karmic mom is doing that because she's really in fear about who the hell I am and what I was going to turn into when I was a kid. Because to be honest with you, I believe my mom had a dream that scared the hell out of her about my prophecy and what I was supposed to do in our family life as the black sheep, as the chosen child, as the golden ticket, as the special child, because to humans, we're considered, the chosen ones are considered special child. This is displayed over and over and over again on the TV screen. Like Chrissy Snow from Three's Company and any other sitcom or movie you can think of. They always personify the smart, the not so smart one as the prolific one, as the one who has smart things to say but always doing dumb things. So understand that your family is your biggest lesson. And that's the main thing. I mean, on some old real shit, we're going to continue on, but that's the main thing I want to get across, is that your family is there to remind you and show you, because if nobody hasn't told it to you, like, your family is your biggest karmic relationship ever. Period. Your biggest karmic relationship ever. They're supposed to be. You're supposed to learn from them. You're supposed to grow with them. You're supposed to build with them. They're supposed to have you ask questions and figure out what you want to do and be in your life. But what you have to understand is that your family is only the first stage of life. And then college is the next stage, or moving out and living on your own is the next stage, and becoming an adult is the next stage, and becoming a prosperous adult is the next stage, and then living a very happy, retired-filled life is one of the final stages. No, I should say the final stages after you die. How many imprints have you left in other people's lives after you die? Are they going to talk shit about you? Are they going to have great things to say about you? Shit, are they going to remember who the fuck you are? When we are going through this enlightenment journey, you have to understand that the main focus should always be you. I'm still here. I'm just breathing. When you take off the focus off of you, you put yourself in a target area to get knocked down by the things around you, whether they overstand you or whether they don't. So as you move forward with your family secrets, because we all have them, that's another thing a lot of people don't understand. We all have family secrets. The question is, what do you do with these secrets? How do you deal with these secrets? Shirley, baby, thank you so much. Love, blessed and fire to you, my love. How do you deal with your pain? That's the main operative. And in my small occult collective, warrior collective, I put across in as many videos as I can is that what are you doing with your pain? How are you dealing with your pain? Are you sitting in sorrow? Or are you learning to evolve to become the problem solver and learning to deal with it? You guys, I'm a fucking weirdo for real, because as a royal, as a bloodline witch, I've always been by myself. I was never able to fraternize with society or people. Even when I was young, my mother did not allow us to play with any of the kids on the block. And that really hindered me a little bit, because to this day, I'm very weirdo around people. Like I'm actually more comfortable by myself. I'm that deep in this journey of mine. I really don't have to talk to people if I don't want to. I'm not regular. Most humanoids need someone to talk to, and that's okay. Most humanoids make decisions by what their cipher says, and that's okay. But I was born different. I'm gonna be honest. I was born special, but I turned into a warrior. I don't know if you guys watch Netflix, but there was a movie on Netflix. I forgot the name. It was a movie about these travelers that jump into human bodies, and they are basically like an intergalactic group. And this intergalactic group are basically dealing with the time jumpers in their timeline and making sure that they're not corrupting and destroying certain future events. There was one character that I resonated with so strong in that series. I forgot the name of it. Travelers, is it the name Travelers? I think it's called Travelers. The main character was a white guy with black hair. And the scientist of the group was a beautiful light-skinned black woman mixed. And there was one character, the short white girl with blonde hair. You guys, please forgive me. I might cry because she reflects a part of my life majorly. Before the traveler, which is the higher entity, jumping into this character's body, she was special. Don't cry. She was special needs. I mean, special needs. Her character was a special needs young lady, and she needed assistance in her independent living home situation. She wasn't bright, but she was a self-independent special need, but she had a worker checking on her and things of that nature. When the traveler jumped into the body of this special needs girl, she ended up getting the entity, the traveler, of the doctor. Okay, the doctor. She went from being special needs to having a traveler entity jump into her body to her being the doctor of this cosmic traveling group. And I believe that is a perfect example of what I went through as a royal who wasn't allowed to talk to people. I was always the special one in my family. I was always the slower one in my family. I know for a fact none of them thought that I would be independent. I know it's a fact. And we're going back to family, you guys. I know it's a fact that none of my family thought I would be bright enough to do or be anything. Excuse me, my shadow work is going through right now. And you know what's funny? I was the one in my family, because I would feel people's energy really, really strong. Really strong. And I knew from teenager that money was the focus for my family. So I would always desire to win the lottery, so then I would give the money to my family and they can be happy. Because that's all I wanted my family to be, was happy. I used to dream about winning the lottery. I used to dream about just helping my family be happy. But I realized that my focus for my family was the wrong focus. And when I ascended, getting the higher messages, connecting with gods, deities, and demons, and instead of being afraid of them, talking to them, getting to know them, putting them in positions, I realized, wow, I don't need to be afraid. All my life I was afraid of the ghosts that visited me, of the energies that always wanted to conversate with me, of the feeling of other people around me. It was very overwhelming for a young Black Haitian girl living in Queens, New York. Music channel. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sheba Mel. I come from Hollis, Queens, and I love to sing. Now some may question me and the style I bring. Yeah, I just break out in songs sometimes, you guys. Music is my healing space. I'm just 100% premium grade A beef. And to be honest with you, music kept me alive. On some old real shit, music kept me alive. Because every time I dealt with a fucked up situation in my family, I would go inwards. But I would go inwards and not be sour. I would go inwards and quantify it and deal with it. So please understand that you have two choices to make in your life. To allow the hurt parts of your life to keep you down, or you use those hurts to learn from them, to get better despite them, and learn how to fly. So understand that in this ascension, it does not matter if you're not the smartest or the strongest or the one with the most money. Because when it comes down to it, if you connect with self and connect to your higher self, you'll always find a door open. You'll always find a gatekeeper that will assist you to walk through. I went from talking to the gatekeepers to becoming a gatekeeper. I'm a high priestess and I am a gatekeeper for real, to the point where my energy intimidates a lot of people. And that's okay too, because I'm not really around a lot of people like that. I'm off grid for real, for real. The only reason I'm looking for an apartment because I have an opportunity to do so. So I'm going to find one and it'll just be another location that I can exist in. Because my goal is to have several locations that belong to me that I can exist in. Some of you motherfuckers only have one place to live, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Talk shit about me if you wanna, nigga. Talk shit about me if you wanna. But a lot of you motherfuckers talking shit about me only got one place to go. Bitch, we working on 3 and 4 while you bullshitting. Stop it. Oh, you're about to be 27, for real? You were born in Queens? Shout out. What up, Shelly Belly? You got 1,000 followers? We could talk up because I'm almost finished with my family secret on some old real shit. So what I've learned, family secrets. Let's get that out the way because that's the shadow work. Okay, because I feel a lot of karmic energy coming my way from my family, and I'm about to shut that shit down with this video. As a healer, understand that your family is not ever going to say that they're wrong. They will fuck around and lie through their teeth to infinity if they have to. Unless they are bent by karmic will to do so. Oh shit. Upload message coming in, twin flame message. Upload coming in, twin flame message. For all you motherfuckers who don't know, upload is messages coming from the underground. Download is message coming from the grid, which can be easily infiltrated and easily tapped into and cut the fuck out and gargled and confused, and wrong information can be sent. It's less likely for wrong information to be set through an upload from the underground, because not too many entities fuck with humanoids from the underground. I mean, humanoids that try to communicate with the underground. I think it's funny, a lot of karmic kitchen witching females use demons that sit at my motherfucking table. I've done my homework, babies, and I've accumulated a lot of demons. So those demons you're reaching out to fuck up my shit are coming to my table telling me about the fuckery, and we reversing it right back to you guys. I'm a teacher for a reason. I'm a teacher for a reason. Hear me when I tell you. Soon and very soon, soon and very soon, we are gonna meet our king. Soon and very soon, we are gonna meet our king. Soon and very soon, we are gonna meet our king. Hallelujah, hallelujah. He gonna fuck me and ting. Spiritual union husband, we out here. Come get me. Anyway, so making you the focus is the main priority. As soon as you stop not focusing on you, you're gonna cause yourself to fall off your square on some old realness. I also reached out to my family, asked them for information about our history. I got a lot of information. I even completed a family tree that I want to redo over on a bigger board, on a way bigger board. But I even completed a family tree with the descendant tree of my family from as far back as I was able to get the information from my family. And what I realized is that I'm a cosmic orphan for real. Like, I am not of my family. I don't think like them. I don't move like them. I don't believe like them. Most of them are in religious confines. Most of them are in monogamous, passionless marriages and shit. No, thank you. I'd rather be married to someone for 5 years, and if they feel they have to go to someone else or be with someone else, I will divorce them so they can be happy with that new someone else and be happy that we were married for 5 years of bliss. I'm not into latching on or locking down nobody who don't want to be with me on some more realness. So as we move forward, please understand that you're going to be looked at as if you're crazy. You're going to feel as if you are alone, but you have to understand that you're never alone. Never. You're never alone. Because once you realize that there are invisible entities here to assist us to get into our God bodies, to get into our mind, then you understand, wow, I can't see them, but I can feel them. You know what I'm saying? I don't run. I'm nowhere near 1,000. Aww. Okay, baby, I'll friend you, and that's at least one closer to 1,000, okay? Listen, it took me 3 months to get to 1,000. It's not easy, and I had to post every day to do it. But because I'm a teacher for a certain amount of collective, I feel that's why it took as long as it did. Like my backup page now, I'm trying to build to 1,000, and I think it may take me 4 months to do it, but we'll see how it goes. Because right now I'm focused on looking for an apartment so I can get settled. That's when the real work begins. But dealing with my twin flame, oh, that's where I was at. Twin flame download coming in now. A lot of twin flame collective, if you're watching this video, understand that there are many twin flame counterparts coming your way. I repeat, many twin flame counterparts coming your way. Brace yourself, bitches, because it's gonna be a motherfucking doozy. There's a certain amount of the collective where they have been doing the work and trying their best to elevate, and they're ready for the assistance of that change with you. But there's also another part of the collective where they haven't been doing the work. The consistency has been off. They're still indulging on a certain level to bad habits, which will cause friction and problems should you return to, or should you accept the return of this twin flame. And don't think it's just twin flames coming back. It's soulmate, psychic, twin soul times, fucked up family members, friends, and what have you. Whatever situation you're dealing with, hear me, baby girl, baby boy. Your intuition will tell you how to move. Feel out the energy of that individual as you are in their presence. Look into their eyes, because the eyes is the windows of the soul. And most motherfuckers can't hide the truth with their eyes, or can hide the truth with their eyes. Actually, there's two types of that collective that can actually can't and can. So understand when this opportunity, twin flame, psychic, twin soul ties and such, understand that the ones who do get together are going to be high level power couples. But the ones who don't feel sad or mad about it, because if you take a heavy counterpart too early or too soon, they can damage you. Because as they're returning to you, you're either going to get two types of energy. Remember, one side is working hard to change. The other side is doing the same shit and refuse to change because they're an ego. So whichever one your individual in your own situation is on, understand that you're going to get what I call a ricochet effect, a karmic ricochet effect, because they're either fighting to come back to you or fighting the feeling and running away from you. And you're going to get karmic return because of this energy, if this is a high level coupling connection. If it's a low karmic connection, I'm not talking to you. But even these parameters work with karmic relationships, but on a different level. So understand, even if your twin flame is working hard to change, the closer they get to you, you yourself will be affected by the changes that they make. The bad luck won't stop. That's what I call it, the bad luck. But it's not necessarily bad luck. It is the both of you shifting your atmosphere. And how the atmosphere shift is through the situations in your life. Same goes for the counterpart of things, because there's a lot of the warrior collective is dealing with twin flames and psychic twins and soul ties where they refuse to change. They refuse to look at the truth. They refuse to deal with the inner traumas. They refuse to admit whatever they don't want to admit. And then you get a certain layer of karmic exchange from that perspective, whether they're performing magic, whether they're talking shit about you, whether they are feeling sad, angry, or confused, whether they are emotionally off balance because of the heavy feelings. If you are connecting with if you are dealing with, a lot of you think you're dealing with the twin flame, but you're not. But if you are dealing with the high level coupling of a twin flame or a psychic twin, please understand that the energy exchange will always affect you both. Now, if your counterpart is not doing the work, it will affect them a little bit harder. And understand that for as long as you hate them, don't like them, wish bad upon them, can't stand them, or you yourself is running from them, please understand that you are kind of like blocking yourself. You got to get to a point where you let go the hate. You let go of them wanting, or you wanting them dead, or you just wish they would choke on a piece of candy and just die already. Or they would just, do their relationships with their karmics and leave you out of it. Understand your counterpart could be with a new lover, could be married to a person. If you have made cosmic spiritual contracts, which is what you have done if you've had an opportunity to meet your high coupling mate. That's what they're doing right now. The cosmos, the energies are forcing these unions now because life is about to get really heavy. And if power couples, spiritual power couples, do it right, they can accumulate a lot. And also, and I'm talking materialistic, and also heal a large collective at a whole, and also worlds and dimensions. It gets that deep on some more real shit. So understand, as this separation is getting narrower and narrower for some, because I'm going to mention this too, some of you, you're never ever going to see that counterpart again. I'm being honest. Some of you will never, ever see that counterpart again. Whether it's because they're not strong enough, whether it's because they're focused on earthly things, whether it's because you found someone else, whatever the reason may be. There's some of you twin flames out there, psychic twins and such, will never see their twin flame again. And if that's being the situation, know that if it was meant to be, you guys would have got back together. So if you don't get back together, cosmically, the cosmic law is it wasn't meant to be. We so caught up in what we want, what we need, what we gotta have, what belongs to us. I'm good for that. I'm quick to say, that's mine. But my higher self understands that what's mine is mine. And because I'm a master, I can let that shit go. And that shit can go 20,000 miles away. And that shit still be mine. Oh shit. I'm sorry, you guys. Music channel. Always and forever, each moment with you, it's just like a dream to me. That's for somebody listening. That somehow came true. Ooh. And I know tomorrow will be okay. And we'll share tomorrow together. I'll always love you forever, forever. That was so funny. Back to our regular programming. Forever and a day, ever and a day. Okay. Okay, let me see what Shirley Belly's talking about. Oh my God, that's an honor, truthfully. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I like it when there's only just like a couple of people in the room. When it gets too many people in my room, I get filled with so much energy that it's kind of like hard for me to matriculate the energy. So then I start talking fast. So I like the fact that around this time, the collective is really small. I might start doing my lives around this time more often because I like the nighttime. I do. To be honest with you, as a healer, I only need 4 hours of sleep. I can literally live. No, seriously, you guys. Seriously, you guys. I can live off 4 hours of sleep every day for 2 years and still be the ultraviolet demon sexiness that I am, and still assist people and be the shining light of every motherfucker who is able to be around me when I be trotting around in this human realm. I don't walk around the matrix too long, to be honest with you. The only reason I'm in the matrix is because I don't have a place yet. But Spirit says one is coming, and I've been doing the inner work and I've been doing the outer work too. So something's gonna give soon, because one thing's for certain and two things for sure. There's a lot that needs to be done, and I'm really tired of bullshitting. But more shadow work. It was my fault because I crashed it into my twin flame, and that put me in like 4 towers after the separation, like 4 towers. And I was able to transmute the information and deal with it because I consider myself a scientist, a cosmic scientist. And I've realized there's a lot of things I did wrong too with the relationship. Don't get me wrong. That motherfucker was a narcissist. That motherfucker didn't have good self-esteem and had bad health, bad habits. And that motherfucker was too much in the matrix, focused on money, hoes, and clothes. But at the same time, I fucked up too, you guys. I did. I fucked up. Number one, I spoke too much about cosmic shit, knowing damn well that that individual, from what they told me, was like, didn't know nothing about spirituality. And that's the fucked up shit. To be enlightened and to meet a twin flame who don't know shit about spirituality, that's like roadkill, yo. That's like, damn. How the fuck they gonna feed you when they can't even feed themselves? All of my twin flames, I've met 4. All of them, none of them was on the spiritual journey. All of them were stuck on materialistic things, you know, the ether and shit like that. Also, with this last twin flame, I realized I didn't complete the assignment. Where's my CBD? I did not complete. Yo, I'm about to spark. Please forgive me, you guys. I did not complete the assignment. Damn it. Listen, you guys. This last twin flame fucked my head up, right? They were an op, but it's all good. They really fucked up my head because I never felt such strong energies. Come to find out, it was like 1,455 demons that was in her, and every single one of them was fucking with me. But anyway, we digress. And I was so wrapped up in the energy exchange that I really didn't give a fuck what that motherfucker was doing, to be honest with you. And this is why we were only friends, and still we moved. We felt like a fucking husband and wife, yo. Both of us tried to slow down, and the energy was so real that we couldn't. It was the most exhilarating feeling in my life. Because to be honest with you guys, I'm a true warrior. Like I said before, I was always taught to be a warrior, a light warrior. So loving was never really on my mind. Loving down other people was never really on my mind. Getting married was never really on my mind. You know, none of that. So when I met my last twin flame, I was like, shit, that motherfucker makes me feel shit I've never felt before. That motherfucker makes me want to do shit I never wanted to do before. That motherfucker makes me feel high. Come to find out, the energy I was feeling was that motherfucker doing drugs. I think they sniff coke, you guys, but I can't confirm or deny that. But I think that motherfucker did major drugs on some old real shit. Listen, I'm an herbalist for real, so I don't knock people who do drugs, but the drugs made in laboratories like Molly's and coke and heroin and all that shit kills the avatar body, and we don't fuck with shit like that. Anyway, I fucked up the assignment. I was so focused on the sexual energy that I didn't do what Spirit asked me to do. I realized towards the end of the relationship, around the time when everyone in her cipher was giving us the evil eye because she was feeling good. Because I do remember that lover cut down hard body on all of their addictions. And then their cipher didn't like that shit, so did some magic and she reverted right the fuck back. But it is what it is. And I realized I fucked up. My assignment was to heal that individual because they were dealing with a lot of shit. But I was so turned on the sexual energy, and I'm not gonna lie, like I was ciphering her energy like a good little incubus and succubus, and she didn't have to be close to me. Like I could just think about her and I was able to siphon her energy. And I'm realizing, and I don't do that often, but we were dating at the time, so I had permission to do so. But I realized I was supposed to be healing her, and I wasn't. I was literally acting like all the things she was running from. Didn't know she was running from it till after the separation. But I fucked up. I did, because I was supposed to be healing her, but in all actuality, when we were together, I was acting like all of the girls she dealt with. And that shit is crazy, because now looking at it, you know, after the perspective, everything that person said to me, I understand now why she said it. And that bitch didn't talk much, so I have not too much archaic record to go by what she said. But on some old real shit, I literally turned into what she was running away from. So Spirit said, yo, if you were acting like the roaches that she ran away from, why be mad that she chose to walk away and agreed to walk away from you. And I was like, yo, Spirit sometimes be telling you some shit you don't even want to hear. I told Spirit to shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. Yes, I did. Yes, the fuck I did. So please understand, you guys, as the separation coming closer to your separated twin flame, soul tie, or psychic twin, know that you will deal with synchrodestiny situations as they move closer, whether they are on a better path or whether they're still on their own fucked up path. Because when you're realigning the energy sources, especially when two high-level energy sources come together, you will deal with the shift. That's what the shift is, situations. Perfect example. I fucked up and did something I wasn't supposed to do yesterday. And yesterday was fucking ridiculous. I had so much shit stolen, disrespectful shit pop off. But it was my fault. Moment of weakness, whatever. But I'm one of those that believes do what you feel makes you feel good. So I did what made me feel good. But it kind of connected me to the wrong motherfucker. But it won't happen again. It won't happen again. It won't happen again. So as you move forward, be very, very careful on the people you deal with, the people you think about, the names that you use coming out your mouth. Because all of this is energy and it will play a part in your energetic field. Hey, T.S. Henny, how are you? Blissed and fire to you. Okay, what was the closing on family secrets? Oh, yes. Okay. Just know that what makes you chosen is pulling the skull and bones out of the family closet. That's what I was. Oh, you good, baby. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you, Spirit. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you, Spirit. I remember where I left off at. I'm pulling the bones out my motherfucking closet. Because the next lover I get is not going to get none of this past twin flame trauma. I'm releasing this shit so I could be stronger and better for my new lover. Check it, you guys. I am a healer, okay? But none of my family acknowledge that I am a healer. And I'm okay with that. I'm just Ishera, the special one. I remember having a conversation with my mother, and she sits next to me very worried and very stressed out, like she always do. She don't laugh. I don't remember my mom laughing or being affectionate with my father. Oh, Gabriel, Garci, oui. Elodie, Garci, oui. To all my ancestors, we spark this flame for you. My grandmother says she never liked my mother. Channel coming through. And the reason she didn't like my mother was because she said she was cold, very cold-hearted. But I get why my mom was cold. Let's go a little farther back. And maybe this is one of the reasons why she didn't want to share her past. But first of all, my grandma, Oceani, Woy, she was a cutthroat. She didn't smile neither. Unless she was laughing with her friends or shit. So now I know my mom in Haiti grew up in a house. Oh, warning. This is my cosmic information. Like I told you before, my mom don't talk. So when I tried to get information from her, she would never share. So I had to get this information from the dark side, from behind the veil. My grandma, Oceani, wasn't a nurturing woman, lovey-dovey woman. She dealt with a half-white, half-black guy, Adam Abrams. from Syria, and she ended up being blind in her old age. My mom promised our Haitian deities that she would always venerate them if she would do well in New York when she decided to leave Haiti and come into New York. She didn't keep to her word. Actually, when she moved to New York, before she moved to New York, she got pregnant with my sister, hey Shirley, and she tried to make it work with the doctor guy who got her pregnant, which is my sister Shirley, my older sister. But it didn't work because the doctor cheated on my mother. And like the ego-filled woman she was, she decided to walk away from that doctor. Spirit had to show me my family's timeline so I knew why they were doing the habits they were doing. This is all connected to the topic, you guys. And this is my own shadow work. So again, feel free to come and go as you please. This video is more so for me breaking my spiritual, my generational curses and nothing else. But if you pick up a gem and learn from my horrors, then it's all worth it. Even more. And so she left the doctor and she moved to New York for a better life, leaving my sister with my grandmother for a little while. My sister Shirley with my grandmother for a little while she got situated. Ooh, someone's not happy. That's your problem, not mine. She went to New York and she tried her best to get situated. She met my daddy, Gabriel. My father says that my mother never really got over the first guy she fell in love with, which was the doctor who helped her conceive my sister Shirley. Because he was a doctor. To be honest with you, oh God, I'm gonna cry. To be honest with you, my mom would have lived a more comfortable life if she would have ate the cheating and stayed with him. But she didn't. Her pride was too strong. Because my mom is very smart, very bright. I would never take that away from my mom. My mom's super smart. She's just not affectionate. And she met my dad, and my dad says, and I quote, "I was never able to give her what that doctor would have gave her. So she was always a little unhappy." My father says, but even though I was a second to her, oh my God, he says that she was her wish fulfillment. He said he loved everything about my mom. She was pretty, she was smart, she was quick. So even though my dad wasn't my mom's wish fulfillment, my mom was my dad's wish fulfillment. And he's telling me this is why, yes, this is happening right now in real time. This is why because he's always fighting for her, and I don't know why. He's always protecting her. He's always trying to rationalize why she does what she does. He did that with my grandmother is saying he did that with her too. Like every time my grandmother would be like, "Why you marrying that bitch? She has a bad fucking attitude. I don't get what you see in her." And he would tell her, "I love her." My dad did love my mom. But my mom was just settling. to the point where she wanted a boy, and she tried 3 times to get a boy. But after the third, my sister Cassandra, she was like, I'm not trying anymore. My mom would never like be affectionate with my father, and I didn't notice it till I got older. My mom only laughed at parties and when she's around her friends, backbiting and talking gossip. That's all my mom did, was like talk gossip. She don't understand that's the biggest baneful magic you can do. I've always been special, you guys. I would have people reporting to my mother about me dancing at the bus stop, waiting for the bus to go to school. And I would get penalized when I would come home. Why are you dancing crazy at the bus stop? People will see you dancing crazy at the bus stop. Stop dancing crazy at the bus stop. Like, my mom had eyes everywhere. Why? Spirit wants me to share. Listen, my mom didn't give me the love that I felt like she was supposed to give me, but she was a hard body for real. Our house was the house that the family would come to as they came from Haiti. It was like my mom's house was the host house for every time a family member. And remember, you guys, my grandmother Elodie had 8 kids. Outside of the kids who died, all of them came to New York to exist. And my mom and dad's house was the house that they would come to get situated before going into their own space. So yes, my mom had clout. Yes, where I lived, I was being watched everywhere. I couldn't do nothing without my mom coming to me, telling me, why were you doing this and why were you doing? I was a happy kid, yo. If I want to dance, I'll dance. If it's in the street, on the bus, I dance. Because music and going into myself always kept my inner sanity. That's why people call me weirdos, because I'm very content with being by myself. I'm okay with it. So as life moved forward, and these stupid rules of we can't play with the neighbor's kids unless they're playing in front of our yard, she always kept us detached, separated from society. So when I grew up, I continued with the same family generational curse. I kept to myself, didn't keep too many friends. I went to an all-girls school. And to be honest with you, side note, I think I wrote a love song regarding my twin flame before I even knew what the word twin flame was. I went to an all-girls school, yes, private fucking parochial school. From elementary school all the way up to high school. My parents paid for me to go to school. I was in public school for a while, but there was a lot of abuse going on in the special education class that I was in. So thank you, Mommy, for that. I appreciate that. I haven't forgotten that. They weren't treating me right in the special education public school that I was in. Yes, nigga, I drove the yellow bus. And she put me in a private school because she wanted me safe. So from grammar school on, I was in private academies. And I remember writing my first song and thinking about it now. The first song I wrote in high school when I was a sophomore in that all-girls school was about my twin flame, which is a girl, whatever. And it goes a little something like this. Yes, I like singing even off key. My love is forbidden on this earth. It cannot be touched, not even heard. The further it goes, the worse it hurts. The farther it passes, the more it burns. It burns. But when I look into your eyes, I see the passion clear. So don't deny me your love and give me what I feel. Yeah, I truly believe that song I wrote when I was a sophomore in that all-girl private school was about her. That shit is crazy, son. Because I remember asking Spirit, I was like, yo, when you gonna give me one of those demon loves? I'm ready for it. When you gonna give me one of them demon loves? Because every relationship I've been in, I've controlled. Or I've always been in control. I've never really wanted someone to the point where if they walked away, I wanted them back. I would just move the fuck on. I'm a cutthroat for real. Like I said, I've been trained to be a warrior, and I don't disconnect from my feelings, but I know how to execute tactics of precise movement, even when I don't want to, and still fill the situation with love. Unlike a narcissist who cuts off their feelings and emotion and gets so cold that they're trapped in a crystallized prison of glacier ice of the soul. I'm just saying. So, when it come, that was talking about the girl. I was talking about the love song. So yeah. So the reason I said something about the song, understand you guys that there will be messages that come to you. Hear me now. There will be messages that come to you that you won't even get until way down the road. On some old real shit. You won't get it until later on in your life. And then you'll be like, aha, that's why I did that. I do it every day. I'll pick up a bobby pin at 7 o'clock and don't realize that I need it until 2 o'clock the next morning. I'm MacGyver for real. Like, usually I set up stuff before I even know I need it. And then when I need it, it's right there and it's good to go. I call it cosmic MacGyver. Be it a cosmic MacGyver. I know I'm closing the video. Thank you. Back to family. Thank you, Spirit. So, because my mom's wish fulfillment was not my father, and me being my father's first child, I overstood after the fact this. Okay? So I'm very proud of myself that I can assist a small collective with my information. Because talking did not come easy for me when I was a kid. Anyway, my father says to forgive my mother because she doesn't know any better. Because like he said before, she was his wish fulfillment, but he wasn't hers. My dad was a taxi driver, not a doctor. And to be honest with you, my older sister was the favorite. She was bright because she had her daddy's genes in her, super bright. And I'll say with a clear heart, even though I know she played a part in the magic that had me fucked up in Hawaii, I still love my sister. Why? Because every time I needed money, she was there for me. But not knowing she and my mom caused the shit I was going through in Hawaii to need the money. But I digress, and I move forward stronger and with more love. So because I'm a warrior, I've never really connected with people like that. You know those movies, For My Man? That's the type of love I was looking for. And that's what I requested to my inner council. I was like, I haven't met anybody yet to where I want to kill them or I would kill for them. Hear me now. I've never met a prospective lover to where I want to kill them or I would kill for them. Until I met my last twin flame. Thank God that shit died, because, like, seriously, we would have been catching bodies on some old real shit. Very similar to another book I haven't finished yet, Crazy for Love. And these books I wrote years ago. These books and these so-called storylines, to come to find out their memories, were fucking of a particular connection that I had. That shit is crazy, son. Every time I think I know everything about this spiritual journey, spirit yanks out something else and be like, look at this shit. Yeah, you think you don't know shit, bitch. Look at this shit. I love that about spirit. Always keeping me on my toes. Because I always thought I would never find someone that will, and I believe I will now, that what I've been through, I will now. But back then, I felt like I would never find someone I wouldn't get tired of. I get tired of people really fast, really quick. I do. Very much so. So I kept on asking Spirit, yo, when you gonna send me someone? And they did. And I realized I didn't finish the assignment because instead of healing them, I was caught up on my own agenda. I was caught up on the energy exchange and not the higher calling, which was to heal them. Now, I tried to heal them in certain ways, but they weren't having it. Okay. And that even has me confused to find out who she was. I didn't get whatever. I'm gonna drop it. Whatever. Moving forward, I know now that when my soulmate comes to me, better, stronger, more wiser than my last, I'm gonna take it slow. I'm not going to rush it, and I'm going to allow myself to be open to the connection, because I'll say it again like I said it before. I get annoyed at people real fast, real quick. Like, my tolerance is like my mother. I'm not for the bullshit. So all my life, no hugs, no kisses. My mom would usually use derogatory names that I didn't know were derogatory in our Creole language with me until later. And even when I was trying to build our relationship and try to open a line of communication, she wasn't ready for it. But maybe one day, we'll see how it goes. I mean, you can't stay young forever. You're gonna get older. And to be honest with you, I believe the reason why my mom turned her back on me on the business deal that we were doing together is because 2 or 3 years earlier, my mom, you have to understand, my bloodline has a high tolerance for pain, you guys. So we don't manifest sickness the same. To be honest with you, I'm a high-level elitist. I don't get sick. And I remember my mom, basically, long story short, she had a bleeding brain for like 2 weeks and didn't know it. She had fell in the tub, and she didn't know her head was her inside her skull was bleeding out, to the point where she said, I got this headache and I just don't, it's bothering me. So one of my sisters made her go to the hospital because she wouldn't like to go to the hospital. When they took her in the hospital, they kept her. Come to find out, her head was bleeding internally, and they had to drill a hole in her head to take the blood out. Ever since then, my mom has not been her full self. And my father is trying to warn me and say, that's why you got to give her a chance. That's why you got to give her a chance. That trauma to the brain affected and will affect her till the day she die. Her thinking, her feeling, her doing. Very similar to a headbutt with any type of gun ammunition. It will affect the brain synapses. I'm a scientist. I gets down with the brain. Crazy don't scare me, bitch. Hear me. So when we are dealing with bad brain frequency because of traumatic situations, you have to understand that individual may not act right, think right, do right. And I get that, but my mom was performing magic on me before her brain started oozing. And it's that magic that I'm right now clearing. Family secrets, closing. I know my mom had a dream about me and my powers. I also know that in the Haitian diaspora, hear me now, in the Haitian diaspora, and I kind of resent my mom for this. And I'm going to be honest. I know when I'm being correct because I feel the emotion to start to cry. But I do resent my mother for this part of my life. I do. I resent her. Because if she stayed in Haiti and she had that dream, her responsibility would have been to take me to the village priest. So then the village priest could take me to the high priestess. And I was supposed to learn how to become a high priestess from young. Because I know she had the dream when I was young. If she was in Haiti, she would have been forced to take me to the priest, who would have then took me to the high priestess, and I would have been taught by my people about my magic, about my power, about my strength. But because she came to New York, I had to learn about magic by myself. And I resent her for that shit. Because looking at this life, which I love, I know I got so much living in New York. I would have been more happier living in my tribe with my people, doing my craft for my people. Forgive me, shadow work, inner work being done. I'm releasing some shit. I really do resent her for that shit. Because she was supposed to take me to the high priestess so I could learn. I had to learn all this magic shit by myself. Through white man's laws. And we all know that white man don't ever publish something that's 100% truth. It's thwarted and confused and mixed. So I had to read books. But when you read books, I had to learn to read in between the lines, because that's where the true magic was, in the books that I was reading. But I'm trying my best to get over it. I am in New York, so I must manifest my gift here in New York. But to be honest, I wish she would have just gave me to the Haitian priest. I would have been even more happier because I love what I do. That's why I never really focused on lovers, because I love what I do. I love going into self and assisting people with spirit and helping them understand that they don't have to be afraid of the dark. You could become one with the dark. I also know my cosmic truth. And my sister Cassandra is going to have a problem with this, but I doubt if she watched my TikTok anyway. So not only with my family secrets, my mother really didn't like me that much. And she worked magic against me. And she uses human magic of backbiting and talking to the family about me and not being honest about the transactions that we share. My sisters are not gonna like this part. This is my warning. This is my cosmic truth. You're gonna realize that you could affect the timeline and assist your family with their situation. And no matter how good you do it, they won't acknowledge that you've done the spiritual work to assist them. I know for a fact, my younger sister tried very hard to have a baby. And she just couldn't get pregnant. With her husband that I didn't like at first, but I squashed my beef with him because I was like the boy of the 3 girls. I'm one of 3. And because I was the boy, I wasn't feeling the new guy. And we got into an argument, but I stopped the argument just for my sister's sake because she told me she loved him. So because my sister said, I love him, give him a chance, I did that because I love my sister. And I ended up liking him because he's really cool. Shout out to Matthew. He hustles for his family for real, for real. He's Italian. He hustles for his family for real. Shout out to fucking Matthew. But she tried really hard to have a baby. She finally got into a job that will assist with IVF. And from what she told me, she only had 1 try to do with this IVF. And if it didn't work, she was basically fucked. So I told her, don't worry, I got you. I completed a ritual and spoke to a couple of ancestors and requested for a child to be sent through with no problems. Once she got pregnant, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. The ancestors have answered our prayers. The ancestors, because she really wanted to get pregnant. And she was dealing with a lot of fibroids and shit. To this day, I only read people's minds when I have to. To this day, my sister thinks that the magic I did for her to get pregnant with her first kid had nothing to do with her getting pregnant. She said it was the IVF. Okay. The cosmic truth, your witchy sister put in a petition to make sure you got that baby. And you did. Next one. Family secret. Shirley. Warning again. She would say a different perspective. But remember, I only focus on the cosmic perspective of things. Shirley has a beautiful daughter by the name of Josephine. She actually came early. And not only early, she had to stay at the hospital for a little while because Shirley's weight was heavy and it just caused complications. I found out through a dream vision that Joey was a child of mine in another life. I never told my sister because I know who she is. She is her doctor daddy's daughter. I never met him. I don't think she's ever met him neither. So she don't think about spirituality. But I know it's a cosmic fact that one of my family secrets is that my sister's daughter was my daughter in a past life. I'm just saying. You could take it or leave it. Also, my sister Cassandra has a beautiful second child. And I read his timeline. And I warned her that he was very different from the first baby she had. And I know for a fact that I was a warrior with her child. Viking time. We have Viking in our bloodline. And he was a very high-level leader. I'm gonna cry again. I don't visit my family much because they throw off my frequency. So I went to go see them on a special occasion. And my son's second child gave me the honor to watch him walk for the first time. I wasn't able to see the baby be born. I wasn't able to be around him because I'm in the process of building a legacy. So I'm not really around my family. I'm too busy making sure our legacy is hard body. And my sister's son, the second one, we fought wars together, okay, in a past life. I also do past life readings, you guys. And he gave me the honor to watch him walk by himself for the first time. And I appreciate him for that. I do. That second generation of my bloodline, they will know who Auntie Ishira is, whether the parents like it or not. Family secrets. Family secrets are a motherfucker. But once you realize that it's really not a secret because every family is going through it in some way, form, or fashion. So how is that a secret if everybody's going through it similarly in the same way in their own circles, in their own tribes? Like, the fuck? So don't let your family secrets drive you crazy. Because to be honest with you, we didn't find out that Shirley wasn't our real sister until our teenage years. Was it? I don't remember because I'm bad with my avatar's timeline. But we found out late that Shirley's not from my father, Gabrielle. I'm the first child of my father, Gabrielle. Shirley's... Watch yourself, motherfucker. I ain't stupid. Watch yourself, please. This is not pretend. This is energy here. And once you realize that what we feel and how energy can be pulled or pushed, you can fuck around and put yourself in a situation where you get people angry when you don't mean what you do on some old real shit. But anyway, yeah, and I found out late that my sister wasn't my daddy's child. For a long time, I thought my sister was my sister. And she was only a half-sister. But I loved her like a full sister. Always will, even though she's a hating-ass bitch. Always will. You know what I'm saying? She got her little attitude because I wouldn't help her clean a part of her apartment. Because Spirit told me, and I quote, "Don't help her clean the house. She's gonna fuck it up and dirty it again. Don't help her." And I think she was mad about that. Anyway, I do what Spirit tells me since childhood, whether people like it or not, so it is what it is. So to close, you guys, I believe I've talked enough. So to close, remember, and I'm going to check the questions to see if anybody had a question, and I'm also going to check the timeline if there were any answers that need to be revealed. Don't let your family secrets, you guys, get you down. Don't allow it to put you in a funk Allow it to raise you. Because what I learned with my sister's children, yo, I'm a bad bitch. My past life reading skills are serious. And the children affirm it to me every day when I get a chance to be around them, I mean. How do I know, Josephine? Because I consider one of the para side effects. I just found out recently that Josephine paints. And Shirley don't paint, boo-boo. And neither does her daddy, Alex. Okay? To me, that's a paranormal fact that connects with my vision that showed me that she was my child in another life. That shit is crazy. So do not allow your family to hold you back from being your highest potential. Because when you think you can reach a goal or a goal line, after you reach that goal line, a new one is created automatically. Until you die. You guys, thank you for listening. You guys, thank you for watching. I want to send some hand vibrations and love to everyone who came in and left. Yes, this will reach also the people who left the room. May they sleep peacefully. May their enlightenment journey be positive, whether they are with their loved ones or whether they are not. And allow the energy of love to encompass every single person that blew through this room. Where one agrees and more listen, we have God. Amunet. Ra'et. Asheyu. 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 You guys, let's see the questions to make sure that I answered all of it. Because the video is done. I just stopped by to give you flowers. I feel so much gratitude that I've aligned with you. Thank you, Shirley Belly. Same here, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You put joy in my heart, and I'ma sleep good tonight, girl. All them flowers on my bed and shit in my car. Yes, you're throwing virtual flowers, but I'm that type of healer that I can envision those flowers around me, and I will be safe because I know you sent them with love. Thank you, Shirley Belly. I resonate for being alone. I have a daughter. Lately, I wonder if she'll be hindered or empowered. She can be empowered easily by you empowering yourself, Shelley, on some old real shit. For as long as you stay happy, your children will stay happy. Oh shit, you opened up another door, bitch. Why you do that? My son, family secret. My son was my father in a past life. And he was a good father in that past life, and he's a good son in this life. I used to worry about my son because they labeled him in this earth atmosphere as a special needs, emotionally disturbed boy. Only reason, because my son got kicked out of pre-K. How you get kicked out of pre-K, baby? The reason they gave me for kicking him out was we can't keep him to sit still. Every time we tell him to sit, he wants to get up. And I was like, my baby is an energetic firecracker. That's how he is. Mrs. Garcia, we cannot have your son here anymore. He will not sit down. You have to put him somewhere else. Yes, Audrin, you got kicked out of pre-K, baby, but mommy still loves you. And I was so worried because I was listening to what the teachers were telling me with their human words on how special my son was. shit. My son is so special. He had dreams of the mountains that yes, I've climbed mountains with my seed. Me and my son lived in Hawaii for a couple of years, and I've climbed. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Thank you, Spirit. I've lived a lonely life, but I've lived a very fulfilled life. And when my son said to me as we climbed the first mountain out of the two we've climbed together, he said just freely as we're like almost on the top of the mountain before the waterfall, he goes, "Mommy, I dreamt about this." Ooh, ashatama, ikasharame. He said, "Mommy, I dreamt about this." I was like, "You did? Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I did this before." I said that, Shirley Belly, to tell you this. If you think of nothing but positivity with your child and leave a safe space for them to speak, remember, because my mom didn't show me affection and I could never talk to my mom. Remember, she came from Haiti to New York, and she learned English, I believe, when she came to New York. No, I think she took a class, an English class in Haiti, and then came to New York. But still, it was a new language for her. And by the time she had me, just talking wasn't her thing. And I will never be with someone who can't talk to me. I won't. I will never be with someone who can't talk to me. Because communication in a family legacy, in a family empire is important. And every time my mom had an idea and was trying to make the family grow, my dad was behind her. Every day he got that taxi driver check. My mom didn't bitch in front of us about him only being a taxi driver. I only found out that my dad wasn't her wish fulfillment right on this live, through talking with him and communicating with him as I'm communicating with you guys. I can talk to spirits and have a full-on conversation with a humanoid and not skip a motherfucking beat. Hear me. So when I overstood about the fact that my mom tried her best to be an entrepreneur with my dad, that's all they did. And they did it well because they kept me and my younger sister in private school. They worked hard. But this chosen one is gonna work smarter, much smarter. I ain't breaking my back for nobody. I remember having a conversation. Oh, I didn't finish this. I remember having a conversation with my mother, and she gave me a worried look, and she said, "How are you going to survive?" This connects with you too, Shirley Belly. I like your name, Shirley Belly. When you worry about your kid, you are putting black magic of discontent and walls in front of them. You focus on them finding their niche. You focus on them, whatever the fuck they're doing, to find what they want to find. Because every find is a growth opportunity. And I just remember sitting on the couch talking with my mom, and she's like, "Sheba." My name was Sheba before I changed it by law when I learned that name was vibration. And she was like, "Sheba, how are you going to live if you do not buy a house?" Because we were having a conversation. And I said to my mother emphatically, I do not want to buy a mortgage, because you guys explained to me what mortgage is. And it just does not make sense to me that I'm putting money down on something that will never, ever be mine, and that most likely my kids are going to have to deal with. No, I'm not doing that. This is why I guess I pay for cash for everything. If I can't own it, I don't want it. Perfect example, my car. Some would say my car is shitty. To be honest with you, when it rains outside, it rains inside my shit. To be honest with you, my radio frame pops out sometimes and I gotta pop it back in. To be honest with you, it costs a dime, a nickel, a penny, and more so to keep this motherfucker running. But I own this shit. It's not leased. It's not borrowed. It's mine. And if I want to sell it, I can sell it. I never was able to grasp the human understanding of a mortgage. Something that you live in, and then you pretend for your days that it's yours. And when you die, you leave the same stress and burden on your kids. Hell fucking no. I'm not doing that. So when I had the conversation with my mom, I was on the level of building a business or some shit. It wasn't spirituality. It was something else. And I said, Mommy, no, I'm going to buy property and I am going to do what needs to be done. Sheba, you need a house. You do not have a husband. How are you going to do it by yourself? Because I also told her, if I don't get married, I don't get married. This was around the time when both my sisters was already married or on their way to being married. Again, I'm not good with this avatar timeline. I don't remember much. And I said, Mom, don't worry. I'm going to be fine. Don't worry. I'm going to be fine. Don't worry. And still she worries. And still she talked shit about me to other people. Oh, I don't know what's going on with Sheba. She moved to Hawaii and didn't tell us. Yes, my mom is Haitian, living here for how many years, and she still got the Haitian accent. Yes, indeedy. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with Sheba. She's doing this and doing that. She moved to Hollywood to perform and get a career. Why she moved to Hollywood? Yeah, that's my mom. When you're on this path, your family won't get it, yo. Only you gotta get it. But I tell you this, it's not easy, it's hard. So if you want to do the best thing for your life, even for your children, Shirley Belly, think nothing but positivity for that person. Trust and know that that person is going to be outstanding. Believe in them, help them. Let me finish the part I was speaking about with my son. Because I couldn't talk to my mom, she would yell and scream at me about getting bad grades, but wouldn't pay for a tutor to help me with my studies. Or didn't have the money for a tutor to help me with my studies. So when I had my son, shout out to Dakari, I love you, baby. And mommy's coming soon for you. And we gonna live the best platinum years of our lives ever. That's with animals, baby. Love you. My starseed, rainbow starseed son, my old father in another life. I make it my business to do everything differently that my mother did, that I didn't like. So when my son was born, I talked to him. When my son was born, I loved on him. When my son was born, I made sure no abusive individuals were ever around him. When my son was born, I allowed him to teach me my bad habits. I don't trust my son around nobody. I guess it's the old abuse that I had, so I don't want him to be around people and shit without me there and shit. But through him, through my son, the ones they call special need, I learned to let go of the hard grasp I had around my son. I kept him close. I learned the hard lessons of separating from him and feeling him not near me. The first time I moved from one apartment to the next, I left my son with my mother. That shit killed me because I hated being away from my son. But my journey kept on taking me to places where I had to separate. To the point now, I know if I die tomorrow, God forbid, my son would be okay. My son will be all right. Because he's a rainbow starseed child for real, for real. And he's brighter and smarter than most people would ever overstand. He's a techie. He's a video techie for real. I'm trying to save money so I can get him the the 3DS. I've already promised him that. And I don't even know how I'm gonna get it, but I've already promised him because that's my baby. That's my motherfucking baby. And he has been able to teach me to be a great parent, a better parent. Listen, how tight is your relationship with your son, Ishara? I heard someone ask me that. My relationship is so tight with my son. I was never allowed to speak about sexuality in my house. Family secret. Sex, even the topic of sexuality was always shut the fuck up and don't ask no motherfucking questions. Real quick, there was a situation with a young cousin of mine who was living with us and my father to the point where they had to leave. Yes, my mom took on the responsibility of 3 of my cousins and they started living with us. But they were grown girls going through puberty and shit. And I guess you can say individuals, even my dad, have their own desires and habits to the point where they had to leave. Actually, Ringo is dead now. Rest in glory, Ringo. Your sisters are doing fine. With family secrets, everybody has them. When we stop being ashamed of them, that's when we become master. That's when we get control. And that's when we win, win, win. I am so close to my son that there was a time where I didn't want him to go, but I let him go because I don't like separating from my baby. We were living in Hawaii and he made a friend with this fast-ass little girl that lived close to the block that we lived on. And I'm so close with my son. My son came back from hanging out with her, and long story short, told me how she was making passes at him, and he went into it and was like, yeah, she's touched my dick. Not dick, but he didn't say dick, but he was like, she touched down there. Okay? This is when we were living in Hawaii, and I tried my best, you guys, not to lose my shit, because my first instinct was to go beat that bitch's ass. I don't care how old she was, trying to run up on my son. But I kept it cool. I kept it calm. It was a whole lesson for me. I was able to talk to my son. I was able to talk to the little girl. I was able to move through that chaotic situation that most would have caused a fight and commotion. And I was able to see through that experience that, damn, my son trusts the fuck out of me, because never would I go to my mom to talk to her about anything. So to close, Shirley Belly, resonate with yourself so that whatever your daughter does, you will be assisting her to resonate, to vibrate high in whatever she goes through. Please remember, Shirley Belly, falling on her ass is a part of the process. Real quick, my mom gave me money to go to a learning school, a trade school. It was learning to be a broadcaster. I thought I had a nice voice, but I didn't want to go to college to learn the broadcasting skills. So there was this business called BTN that they said, oh, we will train you to be a broadcaster and all of that. My mom got the money up for me to go to that school. Come to find out it was a scam, that all they did was you go to a DJ and he helps you with your mixtape. No classes, no nothing. To this day, my mom reminds me, oh, you don't remember that $4,000 you made me give for the radio and you do nothing with it? And you do nothing with it? Overstand, Shirley Belly. Your child is going to walk and fall throughout their journey. You got to be that parent to push them up and get them pushing, even if they fall on their ass. Because when they fall on their ass, they're learning lessons that they're not learning when they're walking. Don't be like my mom and persecute your child because their intention was good. But when it came to the bottom line money pocket, that made my mom mad. That you don't cause a fury to the point where they don't even want to talk to you no more. I'm proud of my son coming to me and telling me that fast-ass girl in Hawaii wanted to play with him. I was able to open dialogue as the tantrum master that I am and talk to both of them about the situation. But again, Spirit says it's not her fault because her grandmother takes care of her, and her grandmother don't have the strength to keep up with that fast-ass little girl. Anyway, but my son liked her, and because I didn't allow my son to have too many friends, I let him have her. So it was basically my fault to begin with that fast-ass girl got a chance to try to grope on my baby. Anyway. So Shirley Belly, think nothing but positivity towards your daughter, because that will be internal magic that you are releasing to her to be the best her she can be. I feel some of the greatest people become outstanding after they fall down. I used to hate when I made mistakes, but I realized in my evolution that making mistakes is part of the process. And they're set up to make you great. So don't run from mistakes, face mistakes, and move better from mistakes. This is how you become a master. All right. You're welcome, my love. They cut off the closing message? They did? Replay it, you guys. I'm going to post this on YouTube at my Soul Healer Therapist on YouTube. If you missed any parts of it, you can go to it. But all I was saying, Shirley Belly, was that your children are smarter than you think, and just expect them to fall down. If you expect greatness from them, greatness will come out of them. Nothing but greatness will come out of them on some more real shit. Thank you to all who's in the room and to all who came out and passed through. May you guys have a beautiful night's sleep, and may you continue to live and shine your light from within your darkness. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.